Right, hello. I'm back again. Let's try again. Hello, it's Keith. And here we are today with a live lesson. We've just had a technical hitch. The sound wasn't working. So, my big question now is the sound working? Are we connected? If you're watching this on recording, please be patient. It will take a minute or two to come through before we check. Right. Hi, guys. Just give me a quick thumbs up if this is working. Can you hear me? Yeah, I think you can. Okay. Right. Right. Good morning, all of you. Hi. Really, really sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Thank you for the thumbs up. Technology reared its ugly head sometimes and things don't work. Never mind, we're here today. So big hello to all of you. Hi, Emmy. Nice to see you again. Yu Guang, Rami, Samira, Nariman. All of you guys. Mary Rose, Wonderland94. What a great handle. As is Hopping MG. Brilliant. Tina, Luin again. Great. You're all back in the house. Welcome back in. Come in. Have a seat. Have yourself a drink. Have yourself a drink. Yes. Get yourself a drink. Have yourself a drink. And welcome. So, what are we doing today? Today we're going to be looking at this and this, right? Brilliant. The balance between, you can see this, right? Agenda, because it's in Spanish, mi agenda. So this is my schedule. I'm so old-fashioned, right? I'm a bit of a fuddy-duddy. I still like to use pen and paper when I'm writing down my work schedule. And of course, the balance with what's this? What's this? Entertainment and study, almost. Work, and this is my life. Well, it's not my life, it's a guitar. I like playing the guitar. I like listening to the guitar. I like listening to music. So, yeah. Where is my bonsai? Junaid, my bonsai is in front of the window getting a bit of light, right? You know that bonsais need plenty of light. So that's where it is. And so today we're looking at this one over here, work-life balance. Work-life balance. Now, that's a bit of a strange expression, right? Work-life balance, like, okay, work and life, but isn't work a part of life, right? It's not like work is over here and my life is over here. It's a bit strange. And if you enjoy your work, then you enjoy your life. I mean, work is a part of life, right? Your work is inside your life. But I think that life here is family life and everything that's not work. So relaxing, hobbies, spending time with the family, things like that. And I was looking for a definition and I found this definition, right? Work-life balance is the amount of time you spend doing your job compared with the amount of time you spend with your family and doing things you enjoy, which is good, but it's funny because it assumes you don't enjoy your work, right? I work over here and I enjoy my life over here. Now, that may be true, right? But, certainly sometimes work can be great fun. Sometimes. Mehul, I've seen your message. I've got no idea what the PDF method is. Sorry. It's just to stop you writing it. So when it comes to work-life balance, what do we do in our out-of-work activities? Kind of things people do. Well, for me, right, here's my clue. What do I do when I'm not working? Yeah, I go around hitting people with my spoon. Spoon feed people? No. Nice shirt. Thank you very much. Very dapper. today. Right, Lin Lin and Kyla, and you're there, Juvie. Cooking, right? Cooking is one of my big passions. So when I'm not working, you may find me in the kitchen cooking. I love to cook. In fact, I've been reading this book, right? This book is fantastic. If you haven't read it yet, right? It's Michael Pollan, right? And it's called In Defense of Food, an Eater's Manifesto. And the secret to eating food is all here, right? It's actually written here. It's so simple, but have a look at this, right? Eat food, not too much, mostly plants. Eat food, not too much, mostly plants. That is so simple and brilliant, right? So I'm fond of cooking and I'm fond of food. Yes, my favorite cuisine. Yeah, my favorite cuisine is, well, do you know what? I love cooking Spanish food. I do a pretty good paella. I do a pretty good tortilla española de patatas, potato omelette, basically. I love Chinese food. Yep, I like to try my hand at Chinese cuisine. I can do disancian. I can do西红柿炒鸡蛋 as well, right? Some eggs and tomatoes all fried up with a bit of rice. Lovely. So here we are. Cooking. That's my other big thing. Oh, and this one. What's my other hobby? What is this? Bob's your uncle. Ah, seashells. Exactly, Ines. This is seashells. Thank you. Well, not collecting, Sanaz, but as Gabriela says, it's going to the beach, right? I love walking on the beach. In fact, spending time with the family walking along the beach. We're lucky because we live in a coastal city and the beach is like 5 minutes away in the car, or you can walk in 20 minutes. So as a family, we try to get out at the weekends or the evenings in summertime, because in summer, I don't know why I'm doing that. In summer, outside it's summer, the sun is shining, and even at 6 o'clock at night, you can go for a stroll along the beach. Oh, it's lovely. It's great. So that's all part of the work-life balance, right? Exactly. I don't collect shells, but my daughter and wife, actually, my wife is the worst. I've got to be quiet because she's next door. But every time we go to the beach, she picks up the shells, and in the bathroom now, there's like hundreds of shells. You can't even, have a shower. There's too many shells there. I don't know what to do. How do you tell your wife to stop collecting shells? Because I've tried saying stop collecting shells and it doesn't work. I don't know. Any advice, please? That would be really, really nice. Somebody says, Nishant, try Indian cuisine. Nishant, I can also make a chicken madras. Yes. So I do like that as well. I don't do much painting. This painting is done by my daughter. She's the artist, right? Yeah, you're right, Emily. Walking on the beach is awesome. I am live. Come on, give me some advice. My granny like it too. Put them somewhere else, says Catherine. Yeah, not in the shower. That's very, very true. Right. Send a message through her phone. Ooh. Just let her be. Kyla, I think you're right. Just let her be, right? Wives can't listen to their husbands. I'm good to see. Some of you have the same problem. It's harmful for the environment, says Aishwara. Maybe it is, yes. Laddle, that's very philosophical. That's great. Just love the shells as well. I like it. That's great. So, guys, today, work-life balance. We're going to talk a lot about this. Now, just as we're beginning, can I just let you all know? I think most of you know this, but if you're new, you may not know this. I had a website, but I've moved the website, right? So if you see links and stuff to IELTS Speaking Success, it is no more. I've moved house. I've moved house to the Keith Speaking Academy. And I'll just show you where it is so that you know. If you go, here we go. I'll show you here. This is not it, by the way. But if you put in IELTS Speaking Success, right, in your computer, what happens now is that it moves automatically to the Keith Speaking Academy. And this is basically the new home where all of the stuff will be. So this is going to be pretty much the same, right? Very similar to the last site. But at the moment, there is not so much stuff here. We've still got the live lessons. So after the class, you can go here and you can still download the latest live lessons. It's going to take me time to get all of this up again, right? It took me months to do. So it is going to take me quite a bit of time to get it up again, but slowly, bit by bit, I will get it up. And hopefully a lot of the stuff, not all of it, but a lot of the stuff will still be here. Okay, so that's it. It's called the Keith Speaking Academy, and that's my new home for all of our speaking stuff. Otherwise, YouTube is still the same. Udemy course still the same. And I'm still here, of course, doing the live classes. Okay, excellent. So let's have a look at today. Have a look at today. I mean, today's lesson, what we're going to look at. So, work-life balance. I would like to do a poll with you, right? I'm going to ask you some questions, right? Because I did ask you some questions on the Facebook group, but I'd like all of you, to answer 2 questions to find out a little bit about your own feelings, okay, about work-life balance. Poll, yes. Thank you. It's a home for all of us. Oh, that's very nice. Thank you very much. That's great. Zenon. You're laughing in the aisles. Yes, I do, Shaksod. I create the website independently. I also do website design. I try. I just taught myself. Sabahad, we do live classes every Tuesday and Thursday. Okay, here's the poll, right? Here's the poll. So let me show you. I've got 2 questions and you can participate. I'd like you to answer as well. Right, it's about work-life balance. Bum, bum, bum. Right, okay. So the first question for you is, I'm going to ask you, who is responsible for your work-life balance? Okay. Who is responsible? Is it you? Is it your boss? Is it your partner, right? Husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend? Or is it your company? I mean, your company as in your business, your work, your employer, okay? If you go, you can actually participate here. If you go to menti.com, www.menti.com, and put in the code 234593. Go and answer, and then we can share your answers together. So go to www.menti.com, put in the code 234593. Okay. If you go there and then, people are in, people are starting to put their answers in. Nice. And we can see the answers coming up. Some of you saying you, some of you saying your partner, right? Like the shells in the bathroom. Interesting, right? Wow, a lot of people say you, right? You and your own way of managing your time, says Naman. Answer now, Muksayo. Answer right now. Right, a la Oma, the employer, because they make the rules concerning break time and leave. So the employer, right, the company sometimes makes the rules, right, when you can enter and leave. That's true. Sarah, my parents. I didn't have that option, did I? Some people are saying your partner. Not really. Well, Afra, it's difficult to know, right, what happens within families and not the relationship, but the agreements people have. It's only me. Right. Could you repeat the code? 234593. Interesting. So listen, the vast majority of you are saying you, which is interesting. And I probably agree, actually. I think the company can set the time, the company sets the rules, your boss gives you pressure, or your family give you pressure. But ultimately, the decisions, right, are taken by you. You decide whether to take your work home. You decide whether to spend more time on your work or less time outside of working hours. There's something about managing your boss that you decide to say yes or no to your boss. Yes, I understand it's difficult, especially when you're junior in a company, and it depends a bit on your position. So it's not black and white, but some interesting answers. I've got a second question for you. Which is the most important for you? Okay, this is question number 2. Good health, doing a good job at work, or free time? Hey, Amada Faith, great. Very pleased about that. That's really, really good. Congratulations. Afra, don't blame your partner. That's right. So, Afra, very good point, right? It's really, really important not to blame people, right? You may think others have responsibility, but don't go around blaming others. Yes. So, good health is coming up in first place. Coming up in second place, closely behind, is doing a good job at work. And surprisingly, trailing in third place, it's free time. Free time with only 9. Good health storming ahead with 84, 86, 87. It's a close race, but good health is going to come first. It looks like good health, right? It looks like most of you are saying good health. Although, interestingly, a lot of you seem to take pride in your work, doing a good job, right? And I think that's interesting because doing a good job does give you a sense of pride. It can make you feel satisfied and make you feel happy, So that idea that we don't enjoy our work, well, actually, if we do a good job, we can enjoy our work, right? And so it's also it's important. It is difficult. I think it's not always easy to talk about work life as two separate things. I think sometimes they overlap, right? There's a bit of an overlap between work and life, right? But health is important. If you don't have your health, well, you can't help anybody, can you? Can't help your job, your work, your employees, employers, your family. Yeah, health is wealth, says Patel. Great. Good health. Very interesting, right? Interesting results. Thank you very much for that from your poll answers. Excellent. Very, very nice. So we've talked about a little bit about work-life balance. I'd like to know, right, how do you achieve a work-life balance? How do you do that? Now, some of you have answered previously, but let me put this question up and then ask you, if you don't mind, to give me your answers on this one. Right? This is the question. I'll put this up here. How do you, that's you, yes, achieve a work-life balance, right? Put it in the comments below. Let me know. How do you achieve a work-life balance? Let's have a look at some ideas. Rest properly. Good. Brilliant. Some very good ideas coming up. Let me share some of these with you. You've got some great ideas. I'll move me across. So I guess one of the things that most of you talk about, time management, right? Absolutely important. It's setting priorities. That's really important, right? Deciding what's the most important. Take breaks, absolutely. And that can be a break during the day, or it can be a break at the weekend or longer holidays, right? Now, Kasutab has some nice, I think this is a time management strategy. Be careful, by carefully planning the entire day and see that we stick to our timelines. Lovely language, right? Kasutab, lovely. Excuse me. Stick to our timelines. Very nice language. Yes, great. So a lot of you talk about prioritize tasks, prioritizing. Brilliant. What else have we got? So Adrian talks about doing sound habits, which means good habits. Lovely, Adrian. I like that. Sound habits. Good habits, right? That's a sound habit. Lovely language. That help improve your health, right? Because the healthier you are, that's a key part of the balance, right? The life balance. Brilliant. Let's see what else have you got. Anything else? Well, this is good. AFR, sleep and time management. So managing sleep. Apparently, there have been studies showing that one of the biggest influences on productivity is sleep. And if we don't sleep enough and at regular times, it can really have a negative impact on our health and our mental health as well, right? Brilliant. So a lot of very, very good ideas here. Zulfiya says, I mainly work in the morning. Lunlin, I make a planner. Right, good. Time management, or as Sajan says, very good, time distribution. And Nishant, it says, interesting, stay happy. Now that sounds, it may sound a bit kind of frivolous, but actually it's really important. Because if you talk about healthy body, healthy mind, keeping your mental health, staying happy is really important, right? Very, very good. Some excellent ideas there. Really nice. So I've just summarized some of the ideas as well that you shared yesterday. This was on the Facebook group, right? Let's share a few of these. And some nice language here, right? Draw a line between work and home. I like to draw a line between work and home. Okay. Let me do a bit of intonation and pronunciation with you. Okay. When we're speaking English, I think I've talked about chunks before, right? A chunk is a piece of language. And if you can speak in chunks, it can really help your fluency. So what I mean, right? Let's take, I'll show you. Okay, here's a chunk and here's a chunk. Okay, so instead of saying I like to draw a line between work and home, which is da 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 da, if we go chunking, I like to draw a line between work and home. Can you see that? First chunk, I like to draw a line. Second chunk, between work and home. Work and home. So notice we're contracting and to un, work and home. We're contracting to t. I like to. Repeat with me. I like to draw a line between work and home. Great. And now notice the intonation. Dee. I like to draw a line between work and home. Try the whole sentence. I like to draw a line between work and home. Hey, not bad. Not bad, especially you over there. Very well done. So chunking, right? So as we go through some interesting vocabulary, think about your chunking as well. Have good time management skills, right? So here again, we might say, I need to have and I would put that as my chunk, and then this is my next chunk, right? I need to have good time management skills. Try that. I need to have good time management skills. Super. Well done. Great. Somebody on the Facebook group talked about mind management. So we've got time management and then mind management, right? Which is taking care of your mental health. Very important. Very good point, actually. Really, really good point. We've got have outlets for your stress, right? So we often say to relieve your stress. But have outlets for your stress. An outlet is a way out. It's a bit like the river comes down and then it goes out into the sea. It's an outlet. Have outlets for your stress. And again, try this for chunking, right? We could say it's good to have. Now, let's think about the chunking. It's good to have outlets for your stress. I might chunk here. There's no hard and fast rule about chunking, right? Just decide which works best for you. I might say it's good to have outlets for your stress, right? Notice the two becomes t. It's good to have outlets for your stress. For not for, but for your stress. Try with me. It's good to have outlets for your stress. Hey, very nice, very nice. Good. Some people talked about delegating. Yes, you do need to delegate. Absolutely. What's the difference between delegate and outsource, though? Right? Those two are different. Delegate and outsource. If I delegate my work and I outsource my work, nice, good comments. Sarah, as in, is it British or American? Well, I'm British, so it's probably British. But I think all of these are both. Delegate, allocate. It's okay. Allocate is more like a task. Yep. So delegate is more like allocate. Good. Or assign. Very good. Somebody's got their assign. Assign a task. Helen, the meaning of delegate. Okay, sorry. So to delegate is to give your job or a piece of work to somebody else. Let's make that clear. Whoops. Thank you, autocorrect. It's my typing, seriously. So to delegate is to give a piece of work to someone else, right? If you've got too much work or certain jobs you can give to somebody else. Right. Critica, you're right. So outsource is to hire somebody. So delegate is give a piece of work to someone else in your team. So to allocate or to assign. But to outsource right, is to hire somebody else to do it. To employ or hire someone else to do it. Okay, let me get rid of me. So delegate your work. Imagine imagine I'm making a video recording and I need to edit it. I might delegate the editing to somebody in my team, or I allocate the job or assign the job. However, if I outsource the editing, then I actually pay somebody else. I employ them to do it. So delegating is free. Outsourcing costs you money. Right, Francisco, very, very well expressed, right? Let's put that up there. To delegate is to assign a job to a colleague or a subordinate, while to outsource is to seek service from a third party outside of the company and to pay for them. Excellent. Very, very nice, Francisco. Good. So that's it. There's two different things there. Okie dokie. We had a few other things. People talked about leaving matters of work at the office. Yeah, leave matters of work at the office. Absolutely. I mean, that's great. I jokingly said to somebody, it's very hard for me because I work at home. So I have a little office in my home and I work there, but it's very hard if I go to the kitchen or to the toilet or to the living room to not go back in the office and to pick up things or do work there, because we only have one computer. So the computer where I work is the computer where I watch Netflix. Oh, that's a big problem, right? So I'll just watch Netflix and then, I'll just check that email. Oh, look, I'll just do, my schedule, just let me. And even in the middle, you know what? Even in the middle of a Netflix film, I'm there with my book, just checking my schedule. It's terrible. So working at home, well, lucky, Afra, maybe lucky, maybe not. And give me your idea for balancing between work and home. Don't take your work home with you. Very difficult in today's working climate. Well, this is very, very true, IELTS Grind. Absolutely. In today's working environment, where so many people are working from home, it's really hard to do, right? In fact, I was listening to the radio this morning, right? In the morning, I listened to Radio 4, BBC Radio 4, and there was a survey or a poll done across Britain, and they discovered now that 80% of the people in Britain are not getting dressed, right? Because a huge percentage are working at home, and those people at home in the morning don't get dressed. They have a Zoom shirt, and they call it a Zoom shirt like this, right? The Zoom shirt sits on the chair, and then they get up in the morning with their shorts, no socks, no trousers, just a t-shirt. And then when there's a work meeting or a Zoom meeting, they put on the Zoom shirt and they look like this. And then below, there's nothing. Maybe they're underpants or maybe they're shorts, right? Zoom shirt. How many of you are smiling now thinking, yes, the Zoom shirt. So it is very difficult in these days to separate both of them. The Zoom shirt. That's great. And it's true. 80% of British people don't get dressed anymore. Right, Nishant. There's the $1 million question. Are you dressed? That is my secret. Great. Zoom suit. Lovely. Okay. Let's come back. So flexi time is the other one, right? So flexi time flexi time is that idea where you, okay, how shall I explain this? You can start work, right, between, let's say, 8 and 10 a.m. and you can finish between, let's say, 4 and 6 p.m. 54? No. 5, 4. Help. That's flexi time, okay? So basically, if you start at 8 o'clock, then you start early, you finish early, you finish at 4 o'clock. If you want, you can come in at 9 o'clock and finish at 5. Or you can come in at 10, finish at 6. Flexible because maybe you need to run your children to school. So you can do that in the morning and then start later. Or maybe you want to finish work early to go shopping. So you come in early and finish early. You can do that as well, right? Okay. Volume up. Yes. Is that better? I've just realized the volume was a bit low. Is the volume any better now? Please turn the volume up. Still. Is it still really low? Yes. Okay now. Great. Excellent. Good. Dear, oh dear, we're having a volume day today, aren't we? Okay. Too loud. It's not only cooking, right? Far better now. Sorry about that. Good. So before I move on to give you some more ideas, it's time for a riddle. We have to do a riddle, right? So let's take this away. Let's take this away, take this away, take this. No, not that. It's the wrong one. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. Right, guys, let's do a quick riddle, a change in pace. For those of you who are new, the riddle is a little puzzle or a little quiz, a little quiz for you to test your intelligence and to see if I can beat you. I think I've never beaten you because somebody always knows the answer. Okay. Aha, great. Here's the riddle. Now, you need to know an important word for the riddle, and that word is soil. And I think the best way for me to show you this is to use our good old friend at Google, right? So soil, this word, S-O-I-L, soil, right? That's a key word. Google are great, aren't they? So soil is our keyword. Okay. Now then, here, so soil is the ground. Here's the riddle. Okay. Listen carefully. How much soil is there in a hole 3 meters deep, 6 meters long, and 4 meters wide? Right? And I think I can actually share this with you. I'll write it down. How much soil is there in a hole 3 meters deep, 6 meters long, and 4 meters wide? Soil uncountable noun. Good point. It is uncountable. Yes, it's uncountable. So we've got Zach 72. Emily 1. Ooh, no, it's uncountable. You're all very good at this, aren't you? Oh, you're all very good at this. You are very good at this. Estella has not only given the answer but the explanation. Nothing. There is no soil because it's empty. If there were soil, it wouldn't be a hole. Ah, well done. Brilliant. So that was nice. Well done. All of you got the right answer. Where's my where's my sound effects gone? Well done, guys. Well done. That was far too easy. That's it. Right, next time you're in big trouble because next time I'm going to make it really, really hard. There's the riddle. So from riddles, let's move on to share some ideas. I got some ideas, right, from Time magazine. I don't know if any of you read Time magazine, but it has some interesting articles about lifestyle and things, right? And here was some of the things that Time magazine said, and I'll share the link with you in the notes. Okay, to achieve a work-life balance, right? That same question. Time magazine said, prioritize, which some of you have said. Do the important, not the urgent. So a lot of people spend time putting out fires. That's a really nice expression, right? Putting out fires. Putting out fires means handling problems, handling urgent problems, right? It doesn't mean you're putting out a fire, literally. It just means you're handling an urgent problem. So we spend a lot of time putting out fires, and so we do the urgent things rather than the important things. If you've read Stephen Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, do the important things, not the urgent things. It also says to be clear on your values. So to know exactly what you value. If you value family, be clear about that and then choose your family. If you value doing a good job, be clear about that and decide to do a good job. If your value is, free time and enjoying life, be clear and then decide to do things that align with your values. So do things that align with, that's nice, your values. Things that align with your values, which means, to be in line with, literally in the same line with your values. Interesting, right? Manage your boss, which is about, managing your boss's expectations of what you will do or what you won't do. Use the Pareto principle. Now, most of you, I'm sure some of you know this. I'm just checking. Yeah, so Ezio, you love the Pareto principle. The 80-20 rule. I've written 20-80, 80-20, which means, well, I'm just seeing if anybody's told me what it means. Basically, it means 80% of the good work you do, 80% of the good results comes from 20% of your work. So 20% of your work is effective with good results. The other 80% of your work gives you little results and it's a waste of time. So focus on the 20% that is really, really beneficial and gives good results, and kind of push away the other 80%. So maybe the 80% is sitting in meetings, sending emails, chatting on Facebook, all the things that don't really have an impact. Whereas the 20% might be, well, what would it be? For me, 20% might be creating a course or giving a class. And it's really focusing in on that 20%. Yes. It's put very, very well by Sophia. 80% of your productivity comes from 20% of your time, right? Exactly. As Arsile says, spend 20% of your time to achieve 80% of the work. It's so simple and obvious, but it's really hard. Many people don't realize it. And even when you do, to actually do it is important. Another book. I love books, of course. This one, right? The One Thing, Gary Keller. This was a life changer for me. Absolutely brilliant. It talks a bit about the Pareto principle, but also about prioritizing, focusing. If you want, it's by Gary Keller with Jay Papasan. The One Thing, brilliant book. Very good productivity book. And finally, do what only you can do. So, especially I think in the management level, to focus on doing things that you're good at and only you can do. If anybody can edit the video, delegate it. If anybody can do this, delegate it. Give it to other people. You should do just what is special for you, what only you can do. Now, that's a bit idealistic. In the real workplace, it's hard to do that. It's a bit idealistic, but it's a good idea, I think. Great. Brilliant. Check it out. Guys, if you're interested in the book, do check it out. It's well worth reading. Eva, can I make a list of my favorite books? I probably can. Yes, I probably can. I will see. But that might be the 80% of my work. It might be not the very effective work. Okay, brilliant. Good. So let's move on. I'm going to move on. I've got another question for you, right? This question. Let me get out of your way. Why do some people have a poor work-life balance? Why do some people have a poor work-life balance? Guys, what do you think? Yeah, Tushar, very good. Yes, it's good, right? Okay, some good ideas coming in. I've still got that. I should take that off. Whoops. Bum, 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 bum. Right, we've got some ideas. Lazy, right? They're lazy. Lack of clarity. They have a lack of clarity. Unplanning. I don't think that's a word, Shaduli. It's a really interesting word, right? It's a really interesting word, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't exist. It's not a real word. But nice. Lack of planning is much better, right? Lack of planning. Why do people have a poor work-life balance? Less interest in work? Maybe. They work extra hours? Absolutely, says Eva. Oh, this is a good one from Rajesh. Accepting all the tasks, right? Accepting all the tasks. There's an expression. I don't know if you know this. It's not an expression. Let me just share this one with you. Get the right size. There is a... Oh, come on. Seriously? There is a monkey on your back. This is more of a management expression, but the monkey on your back is where if you delegate a task, do you remember delegate? So to give somebody on your team a task, right? Or you give them a problem to solve, and then they give the problem back to you. So you've got a problem and you say, go and solve that. And they say, oh, I can't do that because of this problem. And they're giving you the problem and you have to solve their problem before you can delegate. That is the monkey on your back. So as soon as you delegate, that person throws back the monkey, the problem, on you. And so you're left working on the problem. It's the monkey on your back. And some people have a poor work-life balance because they always have a monkey on their back. They're not able to delegate, right? So that can be, they can't delegate effectively. Whoops, Rashesh, let's bring you down. They can't delegate effectively. Okay, so the monkey on your back is not an idiom, it's just more of a management expression, really. Okay, this one absolutely from Arceli, procrastination. Yes. Sharon, poor time management, absolutely. Yeah, Angie, this is very nice because work expectations are too high. Very true, right? The company or the boss expect too much and that person doesn't speak up. Lovely, speak up. They don't speak up. They don't say, no, it's too much. They say, yes, okay. And they stay there until 10 o'clock at night. Angel, I like that. They try to dry the ocean with a bucket. Yes. Lovely. I love it. That's a really nice image. Here's another one. In this day and age, some people spend too much time on social media. Yeah, absolutely. Let me add an O for you there. There we go. Manmohan, let me add a little O. Too much time on social media. Right, good. Again, add weight. Yep, got lack of concentration. Okay, some interesting ideas. So all of those, very, very good ideas. Why they have a poor work-life balance, right? So we've talked about procrastination. I'll just add a few words here. They procrastinate. Right? So you've got, that's the verb. It's always good to learn the different verb forms. Procrastination is a noun. It's good, as you'll probably remember in the vocabulary lesson, we talked about juggling. So when you learn a word, learn different forms and just make simple phrases, right? So we might say, well, they tend to procrastinate, right? They tend to procrastinate. Or they have a habit of procrastinating. Procrastinating. Also the verb, right? But what I'm doing, let me bring this up. What I'm doing is I'm practicing different forms. Procrastinate, procrastinating. And the last one, they are guilty. That would be nice. They are guilty of procrastination. Not guilty like in a court of law, not legally, but it's just a problem, right? Again, focus on your intonation. Say these with me. They tend to procrastinate. Really stress that procrastinate, right? Listen to the intonation. They tend to procrastinate. That's better. They have a habit of procrastinating. Good. Can you hear my chunks, right? They have a habit of procrastinating. Very good. And notice that goes up. They have a habit of procrastinating. Brilliant. You've got the procrastinating really well. That's the stressed vowel, right? They're guilty of procrastination. Ooh, it changes, right? They're guilty, and of course we're going to contract because we're speaking. They're guilty of procrastination. Try. Again. They're guilty of procrastination. Excellent. Nice intonation, nice rhythm. It's so simple to do, right? Get a new word, just practice the different forms, and it really builds up your fluency. It's a great thing to do. Excellent. Still got ideas coming in. Somebody quite rightly has noticed it's 11 o'clock. Brilliant. Which means it's almost time to finish, but not before we have a little Kahoot. It's always good to have a Kahoot at the end of the class. And this, for those of you who are new, is just a simple way for us to review some vocabulary, but actually I'm going to review some grammar with you. In this Kahoot. Excellent. Some good ideas, guys. Very good ideas. All right. Kahoot. Let me find it first. That's the challenge. Can I find it? Oh, I had some more ideas. Okay. Actually, before the Kahoot, let me just finish with these ideas with you, because I forgot to share them. I've just noticed. It's hard to strike a balance. Notice to strike a balance, right? We can say reach. It's hard to reach a balance or achieve a balance, but strike is quite a nice one. It's hard to strike a balance. Deadlines have to be met. Okay, to meet deadlines. So interesting collocations, right? Excessive stress at the workplace. Maybe they're bad at managing their time. Procrastinate, we talked about. They clock up lots of overtime, right? To clock up is with overtime is to work lots of overtime, right? They clock up lots of overtime. They clock up lots of overtime. They work lots of overtime. To clock up is a nice little phrasal verb, mainly used here with overtime. Okay. Could I give a full sample answer, Nuray? Yes, I could, actually. I think. Okay. What was the question? Why do some people have a poor work-life balance? I think some people have a poor work-life balance because they tend to procrastinate quite a lot. And I guess the root cause is that they don't have clarity on time management. For example, there's a really interesting theory called the Pareto principle, which says that 80% of your results come from 20% of your activities or your work. And many people don't realize that, so they waste time doing useless activities that are not beneficial for them or the company. So overall, I think procrastination and really bad time management skills are two key reasons why some people have poor work-life balance. Ta-dam! Sample answer. Right. Excellent. Sorry, time is ticking past. It is Kahoot time. So let me find my Kahoot. That was what I was doing. I was looking for the Kahoot link. Here's the Kahoot link. Kahoot my friends, is a quiz. It's a very simple quiz where I can check how much attention you have been playing. Yeah, nice. What is that? Kahoot. It's this. It's here. So here is the game. We're going to play it together. And we're just going to, it's all about, I'll do for teaching. It's all about classic. What do we want to do? We want the classic game, right? Okay. So turn the volume down. So guys, I want you to join. I'll come in here. I'd like you to join at www.kahoot.it and put in the pin 5206329. Time is ticking by. Yes, lovely expression. Nice. Well, we got people in. We've got Tarn, Eric, Savinda, Ellen, Amaham. Brilliant. Lots of people joining. How many people? 79. Great. I'll just let a few more of you join. If you cannot join for any reason, you can just type in your answers in the message box. That's okay. It's multiple choice. So you have choice of A, B, C, or D, but they're actually different colours. Great. Wow, we've got a lot of people today. 138. No, there's no translation ever. It's just the brand name. It's the name of the company. Clock's ticking. Okay, let's jump in. Let's start with the first question. Work-life balance. Okay. It's a grammar question. You've got 30 seconds. Whoops. We should avoid overtime. It's a grammar question. We should avoid to do, doing, do, or did. Six seconds left. You got to be quick. Whoa, well done. Look at that. We've got 102 people got it right. It's to do. It's doing. We should avoid doing overtime. Exactly. When you learn grammar, right, sometimes you learn avoid doing, right? You learn the form. I find it's better for me to learn an example, right? I should avoid doing overtime and fix the example in my head because I find it easier to remember an example rather than the rule. Because the rule is abstract, the example is specific, and the example actually gives you the rule. So I try and remember examples like I should avoid doing overtime. Try and fix that example, and then you'll always know how to use avoid. Yeah, I should avoid doing. 102, good. 36 of you got that mistake, right? It's with a gerund. Excellent. Next question. Oh, I think we have a leaderboard. Hey, Anisha is at the top. So Anisha was the quickest person to get the answer. And Gopi the Polima was the second. Let's move on. Question number 2. It's hard to balance. Here we go. It's hard to struck, stroke, strike, strike. Here we go. 10 seconds left. A few of you have said orange, strike. I can see you. Tina Hazel says strike. Wonder says strike. Whoa, that's much, much better. That's what I like to see. Well done. 129 of you got the right answer. It's hard to strike a balance, right? To get a balance, to strike a balance. Very good. Well done. Nice. Leadership board. Oh, I missed it. Sorry. Next question. I'm lucky because at work we have flexi hour, flexi day, flexi time, flexi minute. Yeah, I know. Typing speed matters. Sorry, I've gone too fast, I realise. Never mind. 2, 1, boing. Oh, well done. Well done. Most of you got that. Absolutely. We talk about flexi time. Remember when you can start between 2 hours and you can finish between 2 hours. Well done. Now then, what happened to our little leadership board? I should be able to. Where's it gone? Ah. Oh, Copy the Polima has gone up into first place. High N is second, and My Rules coming up third, close behind. Right, we've got one more question. Are you ready for the last question? Okay, I'm going to disappear. Here we go. I refuse my work home. Oh, it's another grammar question. To take, taking, took, or take. Refuse. Bring it on, says Shakun. Bring it on. Right, interesting answers. 3, 2. Oh, now that's good, but this was a bit more challenging, right? Good, but still challenging. 37 said taking. Avoid taking, but refuse to take. Right? I refuse to take my work home. Again, fix the example in your head. Imagine you saying to your boss, I refuse to take my work home. Fix it in your head. And then you've got the rule. Well done. Now then, the moment of truth. Who is the winner? The podium. Third place, Evelyn. Second, Hyen. Well done. First, it's Gopi. Gopi the Polima. Nice. Well done. Great. Absolutely hilarious. I love it. Everybody loves a bit of Kahoot. So listen, guys, that's it. We've been all the way through. We've been looking at work-life balance and how we can attain it, how we can strike the balance, and all the different kind of tips and ideas, as well as some nice language. So the notes from today, after 2 or 3 hours, I will put on the website. Just let me remind you again where that is. So if you want to go and get the notes later today, it's at the it's now at the keithspeakingacademy.com. And if you go to the free live lessons later today, you will be able to download the lesson notes. And they're free, of course, and they are coming. It just takes me a bit of time to get it done. Excellent. Listen, thank you very much, everybody. it's the PDF version. Thank you very much for joining me. It's been great fun. It's been great listening to your ideas, suggestions, and advice for how to handle the seashells in the shower. Thank you. And I will look forward to seeing you on Thursday. Thursday, we're going to be talking about sport. Come and join us then. Take care, everybody. All the best now. Bye-bye.